The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Suspense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet.
This is classic radio theater.
Gangbusters.
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out, everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
An episode of Suspense, originally broadcast July 18th, 1946. It stars Michael O'Shea. It's entitled Photo Finish.
Suspense. Tonight, Roma Wines bring you Mr. Michael O'Shea as star of Photo Finish, a suspense play produced, edited, and directed for Roma Wines by William Spear.
Well, it was hot enough to fry eggs on the sidewalk. About the worst we'd had all year, and I hadn't made a dozen cash jobs since morning. But at 5 o'clock, I was still in there plugging because, well, that's the way I am. I leveled on a guy and a dame that looked like they might go for a good two-shot and snapped them and hand the guy the card that tells him how he can get 3 prints of that fine candid camera shot I just made of him for only $1. But he just brushes me off like all the rest. Well, it's the last shot on the roll, and I unload and figure to call it a day when I see a guy coming through the crowd that's dressed up as sharp as a tack, and he's sort of glancing at himself sideways in the store windows and generally seems extra fond of himself. So quick as a flash, I get me sights on him, and then a funny thing happens. He sort of staggers as though somebody had just come along and give him a big slap on the back, and he starts folding, and all so sudden that I can't even stop myself, and so help me, I snap him right in the middle of his dive. And then he's out like a light, and there's a crowd around. Everybody's saying, get the doctor in the heat. Somebody else is calling it. Enough is enough. I'm all burned up with this guy and the heat and the day and everything. So I just turn on my heel and head for Jake's place to cool off.
Hiya, Joe. What do you say? Cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Well, how'd she go today? Do any good?
Are you kidding? People don't want to have their pictures made when they got perspiration running down their faces and the guys are in their shirt sleeves and the dames' dresses are all wrinkled up out of shape. All they want to do is to get somewhere where they can cool off like me.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I guess.
What a day. And the payoff, here, listen to this. I'm making a guy just before I come in here. A swell shot it would have been, too. And just as I snap him, what do you suppose he does?
What?
He falls. He collapses right in the sidewalk. Boom, the heat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, boy, do I pick the cash customers.
Oh, tough on the poor guy, huh?
Tough on him. What about me? I got a living to make, too, you know.
Well, yeah, that's right. Oh, pardon me.
Go ahead.
Jake's Friendly Pharmacy. Huh? Well, I don't know. Well, just a moment, I'll see. Hey, Joe, it's your wife.
Uh-oh, I forgot. She told me specially to be home early today. She got a steak for tonight.
What'll I tell her?
Tell her I just left. No, wait a minute. Tell her you ain't seen me all day.
Okay. No, he's not here, Mrs. Mooney. No, I haven't. Yes, Mrs. Yes, Mrs. Mooney. Yeah, I sure will. Yeah. She said if I see you. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe, wait.
I ain't got time. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Joe.
Yoo-hoo. Hello, honey.
Don't honey me.
Something smells good. Supper ready?
Is supper ready? Oh, of course supper's ready. The potatoes are all nice and dried up and the meat's good and tough. Supper's been ready for an hour.
Oh, it has? Oh, gee,
You know I told you to be home on time tonight. You think they're handing steaks out for good behavior nowadays?
Well, gosh, Maud, I forgot.
Forgot. You'd forget your name if it wasn't pasted inside your hat. Where have you been?
Why, I was working.
This late? On a day like this? Hey, wait a minute. Let me look at you.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Maud. Now, wait. Maud, listen. Something happened today. I wasn't going to tell you about this. I was going to spare your feelings.
This one, it better be good.
Well, it shook me up pretty bad. I don't mind telling you. And that was the whole trouble why I was late.
Yeah, I suppose this time you found an atom bomb in a suitcase and you picked it up.
No, Maud. Listen, Maud. I'm serious. I saw a man die today, Maud.
Well, they do it every day, don't they?
Yeah, but Maud, I was taking his picture. He died right while I was snapping it, right at me feet. Swooned.
I suppose he grabbed you around the ankle so you couldn't come home.
But Maud, they thought it was murder.
Murder? Who thought so?
Why, everybody. The people that saw it, they was asking me all kinds of questions.
Oh, Joe. Oh, what do you want to tell me a story like that for?
I swear, Maud, I swear I can prove it. I got the film. I'll develop it right here tonight. I got it right here in me camera, and I'll get me my,
Now what?
My camera. I must have forgot it.
I might have known this was all leading up to something. Where's the ticket?
The what?
You know what, the pawn ticket.
Oh, Maud, you got me all wrong. The camera's all right. It's right where I left it, right in Jake's place.
Jake's place. Well, which is it, the hock shop or Jake's place?
Oh, Maud, I was only in there for a minute.
Oh, Joe, how can you do it? Losing your camera, hanging around in that cheap joint when you know we're trying to save up for a studio of our own? Oh, Joe, we're never going to get out of this rut.
Oh, Maud, look. I had to leave the camera there.
Had to? Why?
Because of that picture. I was scared to bring it home. It might be evidence or
Joe,
something.
you just said a minute ago you had it with you. You said that you...
Yeah,
Oh, who in the world could that be?
I'll get it, honey. You stay right here. That's it. Just rest yourself. I'll go to the door.
Your name, Mooney?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Sidewalk photographer, ain't
Yes,
you?
indeed, that's right.
Did you take a picture of a guy keeling over on Main Street about 5 o'clock this afternoon?
That's right. I was just telling my wife...
You got your camera here with the picture?
Why, no. I left it downtown.
You better come along with us, then.
Hey, say, what is this? Who are you?
Police headquarters.
Police?
Police? Say, what is this all about?
You ought to know. You saw the guy bumped off, didn't you?
Bumped off, yeah. I did. Maud, the guy is dead. He was murdered. Of course, I could see now how that picture of mine would be pretty important evidence, so naturally I'm glad to go along with these coppers and help them out all I can. When we get out on the sidewalk, there's a car there and 2 other guys sitting in it, all plainclothes cops, evidently the homicide squad, I suppose, and we go over to this other car.
That the guy?
Yeah, but he don't have it with him.
Where is it?
Downtown. I've forgotten left there, a place on Main Street.
Oh, that's bad. We got that other call to make, and Main Street's out of the way.
Well, gee, I'm sorry. It just happened tonight. I forgot.
You talk when you're told to. The rest of the time, you keep quiet, see?
Well, sure, officer. Just as you say.
We go by this joint on Main Street, and then we make the other call.
No, we can't. We gotta be on time for that one. Right on time. Going by Main Street, we'd never make it.
Then we gotta take this mug along.
Well, say, that'll make it awful crowded after we leave the... Well, after we leave the other place.
Hey, Mooney, you got a car?
Why, certainly, officer. The one right ahead.
Hey, that's an idea. We take his car and put the...
All right. You and Harry take him in his car. Harry drives, you follow us. You got it?
Okay, Frankie.
Let's go.
We get in my car and start downtown after the others. Now, the cop they call Harry is driving, and I'm sitting in the back seat with the other one. At first, I don't say nothing, especially after the crack that other cop had made, and anyway, I see these two are sort of tense and nervous. I can see these cops are taking this crime pretty serious. But after a while, they loosen up between themselves, and I look for a chance to get myself into the conversation.
Frankie's taking it easier than I thought.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to be those guys that mess it up.
Say, I sure hope I can be of some help to you fellas.
Oh, I wouldn't worry none about that.
Yeah, that's about the least of your worries.
Well, it's nice of you to put it that way. Say, you got any clues? I mean, like who killed this guy or anything?
Yeah. Some guys that didn't like him.
Oh. Gee, it's funny, though. I never would have thought it. I mean, I didn't notice anything like a shot or anything.
It was a silencer job.
You talk too much.
What's the difference? You'll read it all in the papers, won't you?
You still talk too much.
Where we going now?
The morgue.
Oh, yeah. The morgue?
Yeah, we want you to sort of identify the body.
We get to the morgue and drive up to the entrance and wait outside while these cops in the other car go in. To fix it up for me to do my stuff, I figure. But in about 5 minutes, they come running out, and 2 of them are carrying something wrapped up in a sheet. And I don't need no x-ray eyes to see it is a stiff. And then they throw it into our car on the floor of the back seat like it was a bundle of wood. And then we take out of there like somebody was after us, following the other car, heading for the west side of town. I don't know. it all happened so fast, and I'm hanging on so tight when we go around the corners on two wheels and trying to keep my feet out of this stiff space and beginning to feel not so good about the whole thing. Well, at first, I don't dare open my mouth for fear my heart will jump right out in me lap. But after a while, I can't help it. I just got to find out what it's all about. I guess that's the body, huh?
This boy's bright, Harry. He must have went to college.
Well, when do you want me to identify it?
Oh, you'll have plenty of time for that, Junior.
Guess you're not going by the joint in Main Street for my camera, huh?
One thing at a time, Bud. One thing at a time.
You ask too many questions. It ain't healthy.
Healthy?
Hey, listen.
Cops!
Cops?
Look, Frank is signaling.
Yeah, he means we should separate. Take your next turn to the left and head for the hills.
Cops? What are cops chasing us for? If you guys are... Oh, my God!
The best thing we can do is ditch this heap. I ain't taking no rap for Frankie in a job like this.
You ain't cops. You guys ain't cops at all.
Well, what do we do with him?
What do you think?
Hey, now, wait. What are you guys going to do?
What do you think?
No, wait a minute. Oh. That is the last thing I remember. A world full of stars. A veritable blackout.
For Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you Michael O'Shea in Photo Finish, a radio play by Roy Grandy and Robert Richards. Roma Wines' presentation tonight in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
July 18th, 1946, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater.
Nothing is more important than protecting your family and property. That's why you should make a free call right now to Vivint, the #1 smart home services provider in the U.S. Vivint will make your home safer and more secure with a state-of-the-art system that's so simple to use. Vivint smart home specialists provide award-winning monitoring of your system 24/7, 365 to respond to any emergency, even when you can't. And with the 4.5-star rated Vivint smart home mobile app, control your entire house from anywhere. Locks, cameras, security system, all at your fingertips on your mobile device. Call Vivint now and get a free quote, professional installation, and full smart home service for as little as $2 per day. Equipment purchase or service agreement required. Conditions apply. Call now. A smart home is a safer home. So protect your family and your property, home or business, with a Vivint smart home system.
Call 800-619-7902. That's 800-619-7902. Call now, 800-619-7902.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a MyPillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going, whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, MyPillow goes with me, whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them 1-800-951-8175 or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.
Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. National Debt Relief has helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-274-9490. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-274-9490. That's 800-274-9490. 800-274-9490.
Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station, July 18th, 1946, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
And now, Roma Wines bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Michael O'Shea as fearless photographer Joe Mooney in Photo Finish. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
There's something that sounds like heavy machinery at work where my brains ought to be. And every time this machine turns over, it feels like it's going to blow the top off my head, and I'm all sprawled out someplace. And then it turns out to be the back seat of a car. I managed to stumble over something that's down on the floor, and then I'm out of this car and standing in a little dirt road, and it's sometime at night. I don't know what it's all about. I don't know what I'm doing here at all. And then I see that this is my car, and that makes some sense, and then I remember my camera. I gotta get my camera, that's it. On account of Maud says I shouldn't have left it. Jake's place, that's where I left it. And so I crawled back into the car, and I get it turned around and headed down this dirt road. Pretty soon I'm on a bigger road, and then I'm on the main highway back to town. All the time I'm thinking, this is a funny thing for me to be doing. But the main thing is, I gotta get the camera. And then I'm pulling up in front of Jake's place, and I'm going in.
Hey, Joe, where you been? Your wife was looking for you.
Maud, was she in here?
Yeah, she come down to pick up your camera.
Oh, well, that's okay then. That's what I came by for.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, you don't look it. Where's your hat?
Hat? What hat? I don't know. Maybe it's out in the car.
Hey, come here. What happened to your head?
Ouch, don't touch it.
You better go home, get some sleep, Joe, and have somebody look at that head. Put some tincture of mercurochrome on it. Oh, this ain't like you at all.
No. Yeah, I better be going, huh?
Oh, wait. Here, your wife left her purse. She was kind of upset anyway. Worried about you, I guess.
Oh, thanks.
Boy, you're a lucky guy, Joe. I didn't know the missus was anything like that. What a knockout.
Huh?
Yeah, she's gorgeous, Joe.
That don't sound like Maud.
It don't? Well, it was.
Hey, what did this dame look like that picked up my camera?
Listen, you ain't so far gone you can't remember what your own wife looks like, are you?
No, only this ain't my wife's purse.
It ain't?
No. What did the dame look like?
Oh, medium size, young, blonde, terrific figure, gorgeous face.
That ain't Maud.
No?
No. Maud is kind of, but she's nothing like that.
Well, what do you know?
Listen, Jake. I've been having some awful peculiar experiences tonight.
Yeah? You must have been.
Yeah. I better call Maud. She can always figure these things out
wait
better.
a minute, Joe. Maybe you hadn't ordered just now. I wish you'd let me fix you up with a little something to straighten you out. I got the greatest thing in the world for you. It'll make you feel a lot better. That fella come in the other night. He was I fixed him up. Not at all. Just fix him. Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, hello, Maud.
Well, it's about time you turned up. I've been worried to death.
Listen, Maud, I came by to get the camera. Only some girls, some blonde had already picked it up, but I'm going to find it now and get the camera, so don't you worry.
Just listen to me. Don't you go getting mixed up with any blondes. You're mixed up enough already.
Oh, but it's all right, Maud. I'll just pick up the camera and come right home. It's funny, though, when she came by here to get it, she said she was you.
Yeah, that's not all that's funny. You're in pretty deep, Joe Mooney. In the first place, those men you went out with weren't the police at all.
Those men, the cops?
I'm trying to tell you they weren't cops.
Oh.
I called the police headquarters myself, and they said they never...
Wait, Maud. Now I remember. We were going to go to get my camera, only we didn't get it. We got in my car, and we went to the morgue, and then... Maud!
Joe!
My car! I got a dead man in my car!
Joe, what's the matter? You look like you seen a ghost.
Don't say that, Jake. Now, come on, you got to help me. Come on.
Well, okay, Joe, but...
Come on, out in my car. I'll show it to you, Jake. What'll I do? What am I going to do?
Show me what?
The stiff, the dead man.
What?
Yeah, in my car.
Now, listen, Joe, come on back inside. Let me fix you up a little something.
No, it's there. I'm telling you, we got to do something.
Okay, Joe, but let's just leave it there for a while, huh? Maybe it'll go away. Hey, Freddie.
All right. You think I'm crazy, huh?
No,
but here, look.
Yeah?
Oh, no. It's gone.
Well, there. Now, isn't that nice?
Jake, no, look, on the level, Jake. I remembered the whole thing now. I was hijacked by gangsters, and they stole the stiff out of the morgue. The guy that was killed that I took the picture of, remember?
Yeah.
And then the cops chased us, and they hit me on the head, and when I talked to Maud, the whole thing came back to me.
Sure it did, Joe. Now, you come on back inside. Let me fix you.
I couldn't have dreamed it all, Jake. I couldn't have dreamed it. Could I?
Now, you just sit down right here, and I'll fix
Now, wait,
you up.
listen, Mort will tell you, Jake. She called the cops when I didn't show up. And what's that blonde doing after my camera? What about her?
Well, now, that's a different story. That wasn't no ghost.
Jake, I gotta get that camera.
Now, listen, in the first place, you don't know how to find the dame.
Well, maybe there's an address in her purse.
And
Give
in
me
the second place, if there was all these gunzels and stiffs and all, maybe she's mixed up with them. And in the third place, hey, that reminds me, there was a funny thing about that camera.
Here, here's her address. Here, right here.
When your wife called, the first time, on the phone, I guess it was your wife. Well, anyway, she said for me to... Oh, pardon me. Wait a minute. Jake's Friendly Pharmacy.
Jake's Friendly Pharmacy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, now, just a minute. Joe, it's the blonde on the phone now.
The blonde?
Yeah, she's still saying she's your wife. Wants to know if she left her purse here.
Oh, well, I want to talk to her.
Yeah, well, okay, take it in the boot, huh, Joe? You know, the customer.
Yeah, customer. Hello?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry to trouble you. Did you find it?
Listen, madam, this is Joe Mooney. What's the idea of saying you're my wife and swiping my camera?
Oh, Mr. Mooney.
Yeah. Well, I'm listening.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, I don't know how to tell you.
Well, you better find out, because my wife, Maud, is plenty sore, and I want my camera.
Oh, I know it was a terrible thing to do, but that picture you took of the man who was killed,
Yeah?
he was my brother.
Your brother? Oh, gee.
Oh, I don't know why those terrible men killed him. He was wayward, but he wasn't a bad boy, and he was all I had.
Gee, I didn't know about that.
I never had a picture of him. I wanted to sort of last memento, but I didn't know if you'd... Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Why, sure, I'd give it to you. Sure, I would.
Would you?
Sure, you can have it.
Oh, Mr. Mooney.
What about my camera?
Oh, I have the camera. You can come up and get it now if you want to.
Well, that'd be fine if it ain't too late.
Oh, no. No, I sort of need company now.
Why, sure, you poor kid. Well, I'll be right up. I got your address right here.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, I don't know how to thank you.
Why, don't even try to mention it.
And, would you mind bringing my purse when you come?
Why, certainly.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, babe. Miss, I'll be right up. Well, on the way up, I get to thinking this is an awful funny picture to want as a souvenir of a guy. A shot of him getting bumped off in the street. But, of course, there's no accounting for dames. And then I figure she probably don't even know the kind of a shot it is, the poor kid. And I figure I better break it to her as gentle as I can, which is only what anyone else would do, especially if she's the knockout that Jake says. And she is.
Mr. Mooney?
Yeah.
Won't you come in?
Well, thank you, Miss,
O'Day.
O'Day.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, you must think I'm a terrible person.
Why, no, not at all, Miss O'Day. Why, I knew the minute I talked to you on the phone that you wasn't like some girls. I mean that you was the real thing.
Oh, Mr. Mooney.
Here's your purse.
Oh, thank you.
You, got my camera?
Oh, yes, I've got the camera. But, you were going to give me the picture, weren't you?
Oh, sure. After you give me the camera.
After I give you the camera?
Yeah, you see, the picture, the film, that is still in the camera.
Oh, but it isn't, Mr. Mooney. I looked.
It isn't? But it's gotta be.
Are you trying to tell me you don't have the film, Mr. Mooney?
Well, how could I? I ain't had my hands in that camera since I left it at Jake's this afternoon.
Look, Mr. Mooney, let's not be difficult. Just give me the film.
But I ain't got it, I'm telling you, I ain't got it.
July 18th, 1946, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater. The conclusion comes up in 4 minutes, along with another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Thanks for listening to Classic Radio Theater. You know, for a while I worked in a hotel, and I really used to go, why do people bring their own pillows with them? Well, once I got a My Pillow, I understood. Because doesn't matter how good the hotel is, doesn't matter whether it's a 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how nice the hotel is if you don't get a good night's sleep. And the key to getting a good night's sleep is a My Pillow. Now, the best deal ever offered on My Pillow right now. You go to MyPillow.com, enter our promo code USA, click the 2-pack special, and folks, you're going to get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's $34.99 per pillow, the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Now, it's the same MyPillow we've been talking about for months. It stays cool all night long. You don't wake up and flip the pillow over in the middle of the night. It keeps its shape. You don't have to fluff it up in the middle of the night. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and that's the deal. Try it for 60 days. You don't like it, send it back. 10-year warranty. Tell me another pillow you've got that's got a 10-year warranty. Nah. And the great thing is it's always as clean and fresh as new. If you get in a mess or after, a couple of weeks, throw it in the washing machine, toss it in the dryer, fluff it up, and you got a brand new MyPillow. The lowest price ever offered on MyPillow, 2 MyPillow premium pillows, $69.98, $34.99 a pillow. You see if you can find a price like that anywhere else. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. The best deal ever. And by the way, that promo code USA works on anything on the MyPillow website, MyPillow.com. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Suspense, July 18th, 1946. Photo finish.
All right, boys.
What boys? Hey,
Hello, Junior.
Hey, where did they come from?
They're friends of mine.
Yeah, but they put a dead body in my car.
That's stiff? Well, now, wait a minute. Don't you worry about that none. He's in a nice, safe place.
All right. We ain't got all night. Where's that film?
Film? I don't know.
Frisk him.
Okay, hold still
Yeah,
now, Junior.
but-
Hold still.
But, Miss O'Day, these guys, that body, that was your brother.
It's getting so you just can't believe nothing the dame tells you. Ain't it true, Junior, huh? You don't have it on him, Frankie.
Now, look, fellas, I don't want to have no trouble. All I want is my camera.
He don't want no trouble.
Now, listen, Mooney. We want that film, and we don't care how we get it. So talk and talk fast.
Yeah, but how could I have it? I ain't had the camera. Nobody could have got that film except her, unless Jake...
Jake? The mug at the drugstore.
Yeah, do you think that guy's got it?
Get it, Gene.
Okay. Yeah? Yeah? All right, okay. Thanks, Harry. It's a tip-off. They're on their way up here.
Oh, come on, we gotta scram.
What about him?
What do you think?
Oh, no, now, wait a minute. Oh! I can see it coming, but I can't move. And there's that world full of stars again, and that veritable blackouts. It was all like something that had happened before. That big machine banging away in my head and the thoughts beginning to flow up around it little by little. Only this time I'm in a room. The lights are on, but there's nobody there. And then I saw my camera and I remembered. I remembered there was a phone someplace, too, and I found it and crawled over to it and started dialing my number.
Hello?
Maud.
Joe.
I got the camera, Maud.
The camera. Never mind the camera, you nitwit. Where are you?
Well, I came up to that blonde's place, you see.
Blonde, my Aunt Fanny. Don't you know by this time you're mixed up with a bunch of gangsters?
Yeah, I know. They wanted that film.
Never mind about the film either. You just come home.
Yeah, but the film wasn't in a camera.
Now, you listen to me, Joe Mooney. I know all about that film. I don't trust anybody, not even the police, and I realized that film might be pretty valuable. So after you left, I phoned Jake and told him to take the film out of the camera before he gave it to anybody. And then Jake came back to the phone and told me... Are you listening?
Maud, wait, there's somebody coming.
Open up in there.
Joe!
Maud, I gotta go. Hello. I grab my camera and find a service entrance in the kitchen, and even though my head feels like it's bouncing on every step, I'm down those back stairs on wings. Then I'm into my car and 10 blocks away before I bet them guys up there have even had time to crack the lock on the door. And I keep on going until I'm back where there's plenty of lights. And then I feel really safe, and believe me, I heave some sigh of relief. Oh, boy. Well, I'd be glad to see Maud in the old shack. Well, it's about that time I noticed this other car pulling up alongside.
Hey, you! Pull over!
Huh?
Pull over to the side. We're from headquarters.
No, you don't, brother. Not twice you don't. Not to this cookie. I got the jump on him, and I got that thing down to the floor because I figure my luck is about to run out. And if I'm dumb enough to let these guys grab me again, I don't deserve to answer for the consequences. I make a right, and head for the lower part of town that's just cut out for ducking wide chumps like them. And then I look around to see where they are. They're a good half a mile behind. I figure to make it easy. Only when I look back at the road, there ain't no road. There's a lamppost. Mooney, you're gonna know them stars better than the head of the planetarium is what I'm thinking when it happens. This time I am walking, and a guy all dressed in white has me by the arm, so naturally I think I'm coming up to the pearly gates. And sure enough, there's a big iron gate. Only it looks too much like the door of the bullpen at headquarters to suit me. And a guy that looks like a guard is opening it, and then I'm in a room with a lot of people, cops and all them gangsters and the blonde and Maud.
He's still a little dazed, but he'll be all right.
Maud?
Joe, for heaven's sake, what happened to your head?
Plenty.
I'm sorry about the accident, Mrs. Mooney, but he tried to run away from us.
Nah, I expect he brought it on himself, all right. He usually does.
We just want to ask him one question, Mrs. Mooney, if he feels like answering it.
Of course he can answer it.
Mr. Mooney, can you identify these people as the one who stole the dead body out of the morgue?
I sure can, and how?
That's all then, Mrs. Mooney. We'll call you when we need you again.
He does get the reward, though, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, he'll get the reward, all right.
The reward?
You better get him home now, Mrs. Mooney.
Yeah, come on, Joe.
Yeah, but Maud, wait, what is this with this reward here?
$10,000.
$10,000.
Steady, Joe, steady.
$10,000.
Oh, goodness, Joe, don't you know yet what's been going on?
Well, why...
Listen, Joe, those people were wanted all over the country.
Sure
They're a gang of bank robbers or
crooks.
something. Now, that man they killed had double-crossed him somehow, see?
Dead.
And then they went to the morgue, and they held
I
up
was
the
there.
attendant, and they stole the body and disposed of it, you see?
Sure.
Because they figured with the body and that film of yours out of the way, there wouldn't be any evidence against them.
Yeah, that's right. The film.
Oh, no.
I guess that film was pretty important evidence, huh? $10,000
Oh,
worth.
Joe Mooney, you are a nitwit. You're the only one who could identify him, that's all.
Maybe I'm a nitwit, but I wasn't too dumb to get that $10,000 picture, was I, huh? Well, was I?
Oh, you took the picture, all right.
All right.
But there wasn't any film.
There's no film?
Because you forgot to put film in your camera.
Boing.
Suspense.
Presented by Roma Wines, R-O-M-A. Made in California for enjoyment throughout the world.
This is Mike O'Shea, hey. I've certainly enjoyed appearing on Suspense, a long-time favorite of mine, you know what I mean? Well, next Thursday, I'm sure you'll want to be listening when one of Hollywood's finest radio actors, Mr. Elliot Lewis, will appear as star of Suspense, in a play of which he is also the author.
Next Thursday, same time, Roma Wines will bring you Mr. Elliot Lewis as star of Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills.
Produced by William Spear.
July 18, 1946, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? Hi, I'm Joan London with The Place for Mom. Nobody knows your parent or loved one better than you, and nobody knows senior living better than the experts at A Place for Mom. They've helped thousands of families find the right place for their mom or dad.
I was so glad that I called A Place for Mom. My advisor really listened and was truly my partner in finding senior care for my dad. She went out of her way to get to know him as a person and was always there whenever I had a question.
The senior living advisors at A Place for Mom partner with thousands of families every month, listening and offering local knowledge and advice to help find the best senior living communities across the country. And it's a free service. Here's the number.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-370-2715.
There's a place for answers, A Place for Mom. Call today.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-370-2715. That's 1-800-370-2715.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-318-1574 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-318-1574. Again, that's 800-318-1574.
Welcome to Tax Talk with Hollywood legend Bob Eubanks.
You know, as part of Hollywood for a long time, I've seen my fair share of celebrities get in trouble with the IRS. Well, there's one name I trust, the Tax Defense Group. They're the most trusted name in tax. So if you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you really need to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. Ignoring the IRS is not the solution. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, seize your home or business. But the Tax Defense Group could put a stop to all of that and tailor a program that would reduce your tax debt to pennies on the dollar. You gotta love that. So don't just take my word for it. Call them. Find out for yourself. They offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and they're open 24 hours a day because they know that tax debt doesn't sleep either.
Call now for your free and confidential tax analysis from the most trusted name in tax. Call 800-832-1594. 800-832-1594.
Now on Classic Radio Theater Part 3 of a 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Star of Capetown Matter. This originally broadcast July 18th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Lieutenant Van Dyl of the Cape Town Police.
I was just going to call you, Lieutenant.
Is something the matter? You sound very strange.
Probably from nursing a lump on my head that had put the Star of Capetown to shame.
I don't understand. You found the diamond?
No, to put it politely, somebody slugged me here in my room a while ago.
Why?
To keep me from sailing on the Southern Empress. She just shoved off, and I've got a strong hunch that diamond is aboard.
That bears out what we've learned from Julio Biak.
Did he confess to Forbes' murder?
No, but we're fairly certain he's involved. However, he swears he does not have the diamond.
Either he passed it to somebody aboard the Southern Empress, or he was chasing whoever's got it. Lieutenant, I've got to get on that ship.
You say it is now underway?
And out of the harbor. You wouldn't happen to have a stray helicopter around, would you?
I can make arrangements for one with the military. Can you be at the airfield in 15 minutes?
Make it 10.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Cape Town, South Africa, to the Home Office, Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates. Assignment, The Star of Capetown Matter. Expense account continued. Item 8, cab fare to the airfield, where the helicopter was waiting for me. I don't know which was throbbing the most, the helicopter engine or my head. On the way out to sea, I had time to try to put the pieces together. But as usual, they didn't fit. A playboy named Andrew Forbes inherits a diamond called the Star of Capetown, worth 150 G's. The insurance company gets fidgety at the way Forbes is flashing the stone around. So they send me to Cape Town to talk some sense to him. But now Forbes is dead and the diamond is missing. And the fact that his probable killer was picked up aboard the Southern Empress before it shoved off convinces me the stone is somewhere on that ship. But I've got no proof, even though I'm breaking my neck to get there at the moment. We picked up the Southern Empress about 20 miles out at sea, and the helicopter pilot set me down on deck at the stern. A crowd of passengers had gathered, but I didn't see Forbes' sister Agatha, nor Helen, the girl who'd spent so much time with him the night he was killed. I got me a room, then headed for Agatha Forbes' stateroom. As I stood at the door, I caught a whiff of Forbes' favorite perfume, Forever, the kind Sheila had worn.
Yes, what?
Wow. It's Helen, isn't it?
I don't think we've met, Mr.
Dollar, Johnny Dollar. No, we haven't met officially, but we were both at Forbes' party the other night.
You wish to speak with Miss Forbes?
And you too, Helen.
Who is it, Helen? Mr. Dollar. I'll be in my stateroom if you want me, Miss Forbes.
Well,
very well, my dear.
Just a minute, Helen,
Well, Mr. Dollar, I must say you are a persistent person.
On my job, I have to be, Miss Forbes.
Well, as long as you're here, you might as well sit down.
Thanks.
I still would rather not talk about what's happened.
I can certainly understand that.
But if I can throw any light on it, which I doubt very much, then I suppose it's my duty to. One thing I must ask, however.
What is it?
That there be as little additional publicity as possible. Forbes' name has been dragged through the dirt enough as it is.
I'll do my best.
Very well. What is it you want to know?
Well, several things. First, do you think your brother could have been killed for a motive other than the diamond?
Why, I hadn't thought of that. After all, you must admit that a diamond like the Star of Capetown would be motive enough to the kind of people my brother thought it amusing to consort with.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm trying to cover all the possibilities. How about your brother's friend Sheila, for instance?
I'd prefer not to discuss her.
But do you think she could have done it?
I don't know. I'm afraid I wouldn't put anything past her.
All right, another thing, Miss Forbes. I was pretty surprised to find Helen here in your stateroom when I knocked.
Why?
I didn't know you knew her.
I have engaged Helen as my traveling companion.
Oh? Kind of sudden, wasn't it?
As a matter of fact, it was. My brother had told me about her. For one of the few times in his life, he was right about someone. She's a thoroughly nice person.
So you hired her?
I think I told you before how exhausted I am by all this. I needed someone to make arrangements for me. At the last moment, she decided to make the trip, and I was delighted.
Uh-huh. She made up her mind at the last moment, huh?
May I ask why all these questions about her?
Well, right now, she's pretty high on my list of possibles.
That's impossible.
As far as we know, she was the last person to see your brother alive.
And I refuse to believe she could possibly be involved.
I hope she isn't. But I've got to run down every lead I can get. If I don't recover the Star of Capetown, the company I represent is on the hook for $150,000.
I have not filed a claim as yet, Mr. Dollar. Nor do I propose to until we reach New York. I shall give you every opportunity to recover the diamond.
I appreciate that, Miss Forbes. But I'm afraid it still doesn't leave me much time. I went back to my stateroom. The door was open. But I was sure I'd closed it when I left. Inside was the same lingering smell of the same lingering perfume. Forbes' favorite forever. Sheila wore it, but as far as I knew, she was still in Cape Town. Then I remembered her saying that Forbes had given Helen a bottle of it. I also remembered smelling it in my Cape Town hotel room just before I got slugged. I thought then it was a carryover from Sheila's earlier visit. Now I wasn't sure. I started back out of my stateroom just in time to collide with somebody in the passageway. Oh, sorry.
Oh, say, partner, you sure took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was out here.
Oh, just passing by, partner. Stacy's the name, Ben Stacy. What's yours?
Dollar.
On the level?
Yeah, cross my heart.
Well, when I tell people I bumped into a guy named Dollar aboard a boat, I'll mean it, huh? See you around, partner.
So he could have been just passing by, like he said. But if so, he moved awfully quietly for a guy his size. I locked my door and headed for the bar. Expense account item 9150, a double martini, which occupied me just long enough to get a couple of things nailed down in my mind. Namely, open stateroom doors and the smell of perfume. It had to be Helen. No two ways about it. At this point in my brilliant chain of deductions, I made a big mistake. I looked down toward the other end of the bar. And the person I saw sitting there made me realize in one big hurry that my train of thought had just gotten itself derailed. Hello, Sheila.
Hi, Johnny.
I thought you were back in Cape Town.
Why should I be? What's to stay for now?
Good question. But you didn't tell me you were leaving.
You didn't ask me. Sit down.
You must have decided in a hurry.
That's the only way I ever decide anything.
Oh? Well, you picked an interesting boat to sail on. I suppose you know Helen's aboard.
Small boat, isn't it?
Oh, look, Sheila, suppose we drop the flip chatter, huh?
Okay, Johnny. What do you want me to tell you? That I hate Helen for taking Andy Forbes away from me? Okay, I do. It's happened before. But Andy always came back. What hurts this time is that he was killed before he had a chance to.
Sheila...
Don't worry. I'll keep out of her way. I won't make any trouble. And, Johnny, do me a favor.
What is it?
Let's just forget I'm on board. I'd kind of like a decent chance to forget a few things, if I can.
Okay. Just one thing, Sheila.
Yeah?
Were you in my room a few minutes ago?
No.
On the level?
Sure, why?
All right, skip it. See you later.
Okay. I hope you find your diamond.
Thanks. I hope you find whatever you're looking for.
You know what it is?
No.
I got news for you. Neither do I.
Well, one thing was clear anyway. If Sheila hadn't been in my stateroom, then the perfume I'd smelled must have belonged to Helen. She seemed to be getting higher on my list all the time. I had to have a talk with her, but by the looks of things, that wasn't going to be easy. She was doing a pretty good job of avoiding me. About half an hour later, though, I spotted her topside in a deck chair with Agatha Forbes. Next to them was my old buddy from the Wide Open Spaces.
Why, some of the things we got out west you just wouldn't believe.
I am certain we didn't.
I've never been there, but Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Well, sir, if it isn't Mr. Dollar himself. Now, I ask you ladies, if that isn't just about the most colorful name a fella
Good
can have.
afternoon,
Yes,
Mr. Dollar.
Hope you're a little more rested, Miss Forbes.
Thank you, I am.
And Helen, I'm glad
Miss
to see
Forbes, I wonder if you'd excuse me.
Why, certainly, my dear.
I'm afraid I have a headache.
Why don't you go lie down for a while?
Thanks, I think I will.
Well, now, this kind of a chilly reception, partner. Looks like the little lady doesn't like you much. Oh, well, you can't win 'em all.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sure Helen's simply tired, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Stacy here tells me he was quite a good friend of my brother's.
Oh?
Why, sure, partner. Andy Forbes and I was the best of buddies.
Well, I didn't see you at his party the other night.
Well, he asked me, of course, but I just couldn't make it. I tell you, though, dogged if I wouldn't have been there if I'd have known it was going to be old Andy's last party. Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
That's all right.
How long had you known Forbes, Mr. Stacy?
Years, Dollar, years. Old Andy and me was always bumping into each other in the darndest places. Cairo, Paris, Copenhagen. I tell you, it was always a barrel of laughs when we got together.
I'll bet.
Why, I'll never forget one night in little old Dakar. We're going to be in Dakar in a couple of days, aren't we?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. I suppose everybody will be going ashore for
You bet. Well, you don't want to miss Dakar. Why, I can show you some places you just wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I tell you what, why don't we get up a little party
Mr. Stacy, it sounds very pleasant, but I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I'm not quite in the mood for sightseeing.
Oh, I understand. Sure enough, Miss Forbes. Well, Dollar, how about you?
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, anybody care to join me for a walk around the deck?
No, thanks.
I gotta keep up my appetite, you know. See you later. But don't you forget about Dakar. It'll be a ball.
Yeah, it'll be a barrel of fun. Miss Forbes.
Yes?
Did your brother ever mention this character Stacy to you?
No. Of course, Andrew had many strange friends that he didn't mention to me.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I went back to my stateroom. This time the door was closed and there was no odor of perfume. But when I went in, I saw that I'd had a visitor again, and this time he or she had been much more thorough. The room was torn apart from one end to the other. I sat down, tired and beat. I thought of that building tile somebody tried to drop on me in Cape Town and the bang on the head I'd collected in my hotel room. I knew that whoever I was after was also after me. And now it looked like a third party was involved. Whoever had torn up my room must have figured I might have the diamond. Sheila, Helen, Stacy, it could be any of them. Or even worse, it could be somebody I didn't even know about. But one thing was sure, I was no closer to that king-size diamond. Pretty soon we'd be getting to Dakar, and once everybody had the chance to get ashore, my chances of getting the diamond back were practically zero. I had a strong and sickening hunch that Dakar could be the end of the trail for me, and I didn't like it.
July 18th, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater. Hope you'll visit the webpage, classicradio.stream, classicradio.stream. There you can stream our Classic Radio Theater podcasts on demand and learn more about classic radio collecting and even contact me. Our podcasts are available anywhere fine podcasts are served. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. Tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater right here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.